Good morning, Sichot Haran. Good morning. Okay, we have actually got into the end of Sichot Haran. Natan, we got to the end. There are 3 lines left. What are we going to do? So we're not going to do them. We're going to save them for tomorrow morning, the Kiddush. At the end, huh? I jumped one, and I cut them usually. I'm going to have to check in the tapes what I missed. We'll catch them. But there is, at the end of the book, Amara Ma'atik, the one who printed the book, who it's Rabbi Nachman of Breslov. He said, I have a page, and by the way, that was in all the old Sfarim. We have a page empty, chaval to leave it empty. So I'm going to put something myself, the Matik, the Talmid of Rabbi Natan. Why it's empty? Because when you have in printing, it's like it's a page on the beginning page and the end. So it could be the end book finished here, but you still have one empty page. So the last page, it was in the book. Now in yours, I don't think they put it. I looked, not all the Sichot Haran, but here it has it. So I'm going to read it to you now. Whoever has it in this version of the Sichot Haran will have it at the end after 308. When it says Tam v'nishtam Sichot Haran Bezrat Hashem. Amar Ma'atik B'chdei shelo lotzi aniyar chalak natzig po ezu sichot mimoranat misever kor ve'or. So actually, since it's connected to 308, they brought us something from kor ve'or. And he says, Amar Moranat Amirat Admur Shem Likutei Moran Sefer Hamidot Sipurei Masyot Sichot Shelo Amira levad מסוגלת לנשמה כמו אמירת ספרי זוהר ותיקונים. The books of Rabbeinu said Rabbi Natan, Likutei Moran, Sefer Hamidot, Sipurei, please do me a chair, Sipurei Masyot. It is misugal, thank you God. It is Chaim Tovim Arukim. It's misugal, like for the neshama, like saying Zohar and Tikkunim. Zohar, you don't understand, you read it, you become holy. If you ever had moments in life where you read a page of Zohar a day and half an hour a day, a person becomes holy from this. I've heard of simple Jews who were always reading Zohar, were holy people. Odamar, that's the first thing Rabbeinu said about this. Odamar, shegam bime'elu lakdoshim coming up, mitzvah leomram mitchila be'ad sofam, u'mo'il me'od me'od. Rabbi Natan said that in Elul, it's a mitzvah to read all Sifrei Breslov, like Tilim. To read it, just to read through everything. Like the Tikkunim, like many people in Elul, they read Tikkunim. They read Zohar without understanding. It's mizakech de neshama. It's a lot of time. But even if you take one thing, I'm going through one book, Sefer Hamidot, I'm going through something. You understand that even if you would read this without understanding, it would purify you. Be'et sheshalach ladpis sifrei likutei halachot ana ve'amar. When Rav Nosson sent his Talmid to go print, by the way, it could be the Rabbi of Chirin that's printing this. I think it's the Rabbi of Chirin. Rabbi Nachman of Chirin, the Papa Lochoma, he's printing this. When he sent Rabbi Nachman of Breslov to print the Likutei Halachot, Ana ve'amar, Mizeh she'eno choshev b'tachlito acharon. I was looking for this for years. I remember this dibur, and I thought it was in the introduction of the Likutei Halachot. It wasn't. It's here. Mizeh shechoshev b'tachlito acharon, ma yeh besofo sheshochem al haaretz, mizeh eni midaber klal. Rabbi Natan's writing, when he said about his book, when he told his Talmud here, take the papers. So I want to tell you something. This book, for a guy that's not thinking about what's going to happen when his feet, when he's lying on the ground, shochev al haaretz, pirush, when he's dead, after 120 years, everybody's going to go through it. They put you on the ground, they put the person on the ground, and they cover him with a sheet. If a person's not thinking about that, my book won't talk to him. That's why you have many people, they open and see, oh, it's not so interesting. What are you guys doing with all this? Come on, give me something else. For that person who's not thinking about that moment, this book I'm not talking to him. A person like that is like an animal. But a person who's thinking, what's going to be with me? What's going to be in the end with me? What's going to happen to me? and he's longing to serve Hashem. I wish I could, but it's hard for me. I have so many obstacles. Bevadai naseh imo. I'm sorry. We all go through what we go through. You're worried about the after 120. You wish you could be a tzaddik, and you know the situation that you're in. Kitgabrut gadol me'od kayadua. Kitgabrut gadol me'od kayadua. The Yetzer Hara is very strong. Everybody knows what's going on in the streets and what's going on with the phones, what's going on with his bilbulim and his Yetzer Hara. בשביל זה האיש חיברתי ספרי. כי אותו יחזקו דבריי ואותו ימצאו. I brought my book for him. That's why you have some people. I don't know what you guys are talking about over here. And some people, right away they heard of Rabbeinu. Right away they heard something like this. Okay, I was looking for this forever. Meaning that, I remember even when I was young, I would think, what's going to be? What's going to be with me? Rabbi Natan himself was that. Rabbi Natan's whole existence, that he couldn't accept that a person came to the world to be put in the ground. Couldn't accept it. So then there must be something more. Now, and in the meantime, you have a lot of obstacles, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of tavot, a lot of things you did wrong. Rabbi Natan says, for that guy, my book is written for him. For that guy, he's going to find everything he needs. Because what is it going to give to you? It's going to give you all the itchaskut you need and all the torerut you need. There are two things. Yes. Itchaskut means you got to move. Life is short. There's a big shas over here. A lot of Shulchan Aruch, a lot of mitzvot to do. What you can grab in this world, you cannot begin to understand the it's like a gold rush. You know, they find the gold mine and there's a gold rush and they're just rushing who can get the most of it. This world is a gold rush. On the other hand, you need a lot of that's itorerut. That's itorerut. Wake up. But you need a lot of itchaskut. And Likut Arachot is 90% itchaskut, 10% itorerut. Itchaskut means, it's a gold rush. But even if you got one little bar of gold, you're rich. And even if you have, it's even less than that. It's like the guy told me he bought crypto for a few dollars. And he made millions. It's much, much bigger than that. One mitzvah. One mitzvah, the smallest mitzvah, is much, much more than a penny stock that became a billionaire. Because 1% of infinite is, you can imagine what it is. The smallest mitzvah you did over here, I have no idea what it is. And we got to mechazik you and fit into the door, and we got to give you a lot of itchaskut. Rabbi Natan once there's a dibur that says for every plate for every spoonful of itorerut, wake up, you need a plate of itchaskut. One spoon of start moving, you need one plate of you're doing great, you're amazing, you're a Jew, bisameach, mididishtuta. And that's the Likut Arachot. And the Likut Arachot is the bridge between Rabbeinu and the world. It's the bridge between Rabbi Nachman and, because you learn Likutei Moran, it's very esoteric sometimes. If you have the klanim of Rabbi Natan and the eyes of Rabbi Natan, when you go into Likutei Moran, you see a world. But without that, it's very technical, it's dry. Once in a while there's a chizuk, sometimes. But Rabbi Natan, what he does, everything happens with Rabbi Natan. He's the conduit to bring you to the Rebbe.
Rashi.
Huh?
Rashi.
He's the Rashi of the Torah. I want to go over the time. We'll do a bit more. Rabbi Simcha, Chatan Rab Shmuel Yitzchak. שאל ממנו פעם אחת על אודות מה שדרך הצדיקים בעלי השגות להביש השגותם במקראות ומאמרי חכמינו, זיכרונו לברכה. So Rabbi Simcha, who was the Chatan of Shmuel Isaac. Shmuel Isaac is a Talmid of Rabbeinu. He asked him once, the tzaddikim, what they do, you notice, Likutei Moran, what it is that Rabbeinu has asaga. He understands something. He sees it in the shorish of the Torah. And then he's looking for words to dress it on. Meaning he sees what's going on when you do this and this and this and this and this. But he's trying to, how can I explain it to you? It's all in orot, it's all in esoteric concepts. So he's going to find some Gemara that's really not talking about that. It's talking about a bull that ate a sheep, and you shechted this, and you stole this, and all kinds of things. He's going to show you how his asaga is dressed up in there. Well, now we're learning Torah Samech Aleph. He takes a piece of the Zohar, and he says a whole mahalech of Likutei Moran, and then he shows you in 4 lines of Zohar how everything is there. And that's every Torah and Likutei Moharan. There's a pasuk, so he shows you Torah Aleph in the pasuk, or in the Gemara always. So he says, this concept that they're doing that. ולפעמים מפרשים מאמר אחד של חז"ל, זיכרונו לברכה, לכמה וכמה פנים ובכל פעם מרמזים בו השגות אחרות. And you know what they do? Rabbeinu himself, many times will take the same Gemara, the same pasuk, the same story, the same Zohar, and explain it 5 ways. Like this, like this, like this, like this. Imatana, so he asked Rabbi Natan, Imatanu amora במאמר בעצמו, גם הוא כיוון לכל זה, אם לאו. In the Gemara, when Abai is saying what he's saying, or the Zohar, when he's saying that, did he also have in mind everything what Rabbeinu is explaining on his מאמר? והשיב לו לאו. לא. רק מחמת שעל ידי מעשיהם הטובים זכו לרוח הקודש, נורא ונשגב מאוד, הנמשך מהשם יתברך בעצמו, אשר אין סוף לדעתו יתברך, because they purified themselves at the extreme level of purity, so they became רוח הקודש. So their חידושי from Hashem, their חידושי תורה, כן, כל דבריהם, הנאמרים ברוח הקודש, מזה מנומש בו השגות גבוהות נוראות מאוד בלי שיעור וערך, מה שגם הם בעצמם לא ידעו מזה. They don't even know what they're saying, but it's מלובש in them, רוח הקודש, with all the pirushim. The pirushim were there, but they might not even know it. I told you the story of Lubavitcher Rebbe. Of Chaim Kanevsky. Chaim Kanevsky, guy comes to him and tells him that he can't find the shidduch. What? He cannot find the wedding party. And I think that he was already maybe in his 50s or 40s. And it was already a long time. Rav Chaim told him, your shidduch is not born yet. Mm-hmm. So what is the guy going to do when he leaves that room? Shidduch is not born yet. A few months later, he meets a girl, a convert. He went out with her, and he got married to her. Oh. And he came back to Reb Chaim Kanevsky. And by the way, a convert that's converts, when they come to the mikveh, it's like they're born. They're actually not related to their parents anymore. They're not related to their sisters and brothers anymore. Al pi halakha, two convert brother and sister can marry each other. Al pi halakha. We don't do it. We don't do it. But that's how serious it is. You are a new entity. You have a new neshama. It's not the same. It's not the same level of neshama. So when they came to Reb Chaim, they told Reb Chaim, look, the guy got married and you said that she's born and that. He says, yeah, you know, when I said it, I thought to myself, maybe also that's what it means. Wow. When Reb Chaim is saying she's not born yet, he said, I also thought that might be the pshat when I said it. You understand what that means? He's so kadosh, Reb Chaim Kanevsky, that what he says, he doesn't know what he's saying. He knows, I have to say this. And he says it. Poor guy, he's not born. Or maybe the pshat is good. He doesn't know himself know. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, who was on the plane? There was a plane hijacked. And one of the presidents or prime ministers of Israel, he was by the Lubavitcher Rebbe. And Lubavitcher Rebbe told him, I want you to stay. He has a plane to catch. I want you to stay. I have a plane catch. I want you to stay. Look up the story. It's a real story. But I have the plane. Stay. Maybe stay a bit more. And he ended up staying, and he ended up missing his flight. A little bit missed the flight, and that plane was hijacked.
That was the plane.
What was that flight hijacked? So they came back to Lubavitcher Rebbe, and they said, if you knew there was going to be hijacked, why don't you save all the people? They were upset with him. And he got so mad, Lubavitcher Rebbe. He said, you think I knew that it was going to be hijacked? I knew he has to stay here. I don't know. I didn't know that. You understand the level of it? That means the tzaddik, he becomes so tahor, he doesn't know what he tells you. Even simple, like, sometimes it happens to me also, simple things. I tell the guy, I say, you know what happened from that you told me? And it can happen to all of you. When you're in a mode of kedusha, sometimes you're saying things you don't know that it's menubash ruach hakodesh in your words, and that guy has to hear it. It can be a lot of things that come out of it.
Rav Kenny, la même chose avec moi. Quand j'étais à Africa là, je devais partir, il me dit reste. Il me regarde dans les yeux et il looks at me comme ça, and he smiles. Reste. Like half an hour like this. Then you okay, I go. Where do you have to go? I have to go to Yerushalayim. Okay, go.
Anyways, that's what he's saying here. Rabbi Yitzhak exactly the same. Exactly right. That the tzaddik, when he's mekadesh himself, in his words is Ruach HaKodesh, and on the pshatim is mirubash many pshatim that he didn't even know. Rabbi Akiva, Moshe Rabbeinu once, he wanted to see Rabbi Akiva, the Gemara says. And he saw Rabbi Akiva and he said, you have a person like this, you give me the Torah. Why do you give me the Torah? Once he was in the shiur of Rabbi Akiva, and they asked and he didn't understand. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't understand what he's saying. And the Talmid asked Rabbi Akiva, from where do you know this? He said, Acham Moshe Misinai, I got from Moshe Rabbeinu. You understand what that means? It's hard to understand the Gemara, because Moshe Rabbeinu really knew. But the Mamar of the Gemara, of the Mishnah, of the Zohar, we should be zoichet to learn a lot of Torah. Yeah.